I need to talk to you, my child, and it should be right now. Yes, I know you have opened this video message because you are also trying to seek my message. And let me make it clear to you that you are not here by accident. Everything that is happening in your life has a meaning behind it. Yes, every single thing is happening just as it was meant to happen. And this is not because of my will alone, but your free will too. Child, I have watched over you from the very beginning. Before you ever took your first breath, before your heart began to beat in your mother's womb, I already knew you. I knew every strand of hair that would grow on your head, every tear that would fall from your eyes, and every desire that would stir within your heart. Nothing about you is a mystery to me. I formed you with intention. You are not a mistake, not a coincidence, not a byproduct of chance. You are my design. I have placed eternity in your heart. That ache you feel deep within, that longing you cannot explain, is the echo of your origin. It is your spirit remembering me. You sense it often, especially in the quiet moments when the noise fades and your soul reaches out for something more. That something is me. I have never been far. Even in the moments when you felt abandoned, even when your faith wavered, I remained near. My child, you wonder why life has been so hard? Why so many doors have closed? Why certain people left? Why pain seemed to linger longer than joy? You've cried alone in the dark, and though you didn't see me, I was there, gathering your tears. I do not waste pain. I do not allow storms in your life to break you, but to awaken you to refine, not to destroy. You must know that I am not the author of confusion, of despair, of evil. But I do allow trials that draw you closer to me. For I know that when your hands are empty, your heart is open to be filled by my grace. There are times you've questioned my silence, times when you've prayed and heard nothing, when you knocked and no door seemed to open. But child, silence is not absence. In the silence I am working. I am arranging things beyond your understanding. Just because you do not see the seed sprouting does not mean it is not growing. Some of the greatest work I do in your life happens beneath the surface, in the hidden places where faith is forged. I see the dreams in your heart, the ones you've been too afraid to speak aloud, the ones you've buried under disappointment. But I have not forgotten them. If those dreams were planted by me, then trust that I will bring them to pass in my time, not yours. Delay is not denial. Sometimes I withhold a blessing not to punish you, but to protect you, to prepare you. What you call waiting, I call working. What you call detour, I call divine direction. You do not need to understand everything right now. I am not asking you to have it all figured out. I am asking you to trust me, to take the next step, even if the path ahead is unclear. I am the light to your feet, not always the light to your future. I illuminate one step at a time so you will walk with me, not ahead of me. Dependence is not weakness. It is the foundation of true strength. When you feel unworthy, I remind you that my love for you is not based on your performance, but on my promise. I do not love you more when you succeed or less when you fail. My love is constant, unwavering, and unconditional. You do not need to earn what I freely give. You are accepted, cherished, chosen. Child, do not let the voices of the world drown out my whisper. They will try to define you by your failures, your flaws, your past. But I call you by your true name, redeemed, beloved mine. The enemy wants to keep you bound in shame, but I came to set you free. I nailed your guilt to the cross so that you would never carry it again. Stop picking up what I already paid for. Lift your eyes. Look to me, not to the storm. The waves may roar, the winds may shake you, but I will not let you drown. I am the one who walks on water. I command the seas. I am in control even when all feels out of control. Rest in that. Be still and know that I am God. I know it's hard sometimes. I know the burdens feel too heavy, but I never intended for you to carry them alone. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Real rest, not just for your body, but for your soul. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to hide your tears or wear a mask. I see you, all of you, and I still say come. Let me remind you, child, that I am not just God of the mountaintops, I am God of the valleys too. I walk with you through the shadows, through the grief, through the confusion. I will never leave you nor forsake you. My presence is not a feeling, it is a fact. My promises are not fragile, they are eternal. Even when you cannot feel me, I am still at work. Even when you cannot trace my hand, you can trust my heart. Do not chase after the approval of men. Their opinions are fleeting. One moment they cheer, the next they condemn. But my love does not change with the seasons. I knew every part of you, even the parts you try to hide, and I still chose the cross. My son bore your shame so that you could walk in freedom, live in that freedom. Don't return to chains I already broke. There is purpose in your life. Do not believe the lie that you are insignificant. You are here for a reason, in this generation, in this time. There is a calling on your life that no one else can fulfill. The gifts I've placed within you are not accidents, they are answers to someone else's prayer. Don't bury what I've given you. Don't compare your journey to another's. Our comparison is the thief of joy. I did not create you to imitate, but to shine in your own God-given identity. I know you're tired of waiting, tired of holding on, but don't give up. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough you've been praying for, the healing you've been seeking, the answer you've been needing, it's not far off. I am working behind the scenes. I am aligning things. Every tear, every prayer, every act of faith, it matters. Nothing you've done in obedience to me has been in vain. Keep sowing in the dark. Keep praying when it's quiet. Keep walking when you can't see the path. The harvest is coming. You may not feel strong, but my strength is made perfect in your weakness. You may not have all the answers, but you have me, and I am enough. I have not called you to live in fear. I have not given you a spirit of timidity, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Walk boldly, not because you are without flaw, but because you are with me. Fear may knock, but it doesn't have to move in. Let faith answer instead. Faith is not the absence of fear, it is the courage to move forward despite it. You are not alone. You never were. I have placed people in your life, even if just for a season, to help you, to shape you, to remind you of my love, or open your heart to receive. Forgive those who have hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Let go of what was so you can embrace what is to come. My plans for you are good, child, not easy, not painless, but good. Plans to prosper you, to give you hope and a future. Trust me in the transitions. Life will change, but I will not. My love is the one constant you can build your life upon. Storms will come, people may leave, opportunities may pass, but my word remains. Stand on it. Declare it. Live it. This world is not your home. That is why you sometimes feel like you don't belong, because you were made for more. For eternity. For my kingdom. Live with that in mind. Store treasures that will not fade. Mark. Beway. Love extravagantly. Serve selflessly. Give generously. Forgive quickly. Speak truth boldly. Shine brightly. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill. Let your life reflect me. Not perfectly, but faithfully. When you fall, get back up. When you doubt, look back on all I've done. When you feel weak, lean on me. When you're tempted to quit, remember why you started. I am your strength, your song, your salvation. The time is short. The world is loud, but my voice still speaks. To you, right now, through this message, through your own heart, through every sign I've placed along your journey. Pay attention. Don't delay. Today, if you hear my voice, do not harden your heart. Child, I'm calling you deeper. Not to religion, but to relationship. I want your heart, not your perfection. I want your time, your attention, your affection. Come sit with me. Let me remind you who you are. Let me heal what's been broken. Let me breathe life into your weary soul. You are mine, and nothing, no mistake, no fear, no failure can separate you from my love. I hold you in the palm of my hand. I go before you, I walk beside you, and I surround you on every side. When the enemy comes in like a flood, I raise a standard against him. You are covered. You are protected. You are chosen for such a time as this. Yes, my child, sit with me a while longer, for I am not finished speaking to you. There is more you must understand, not only about yourself, but about those who came before you. Because my ways are the same yesterday, today, and forever. And just as I am moving in your life, I have moved in the lives of those before you, those who walked this earth in flesh and dust, yet fulfilled eternal purposes. Their stories were not written by my will alone, but by a holy partnership between their choice and my calling, between their free will and my divine plan. Look at Abraham, my friend. I called him out of the familiar, out of his father's house, into a land he did not know. But understand this, it was not forced. I did not drag him out. I invited him to believe, to walk, to follow. He could have stayed in Ur. He could have said no, but he believed me. That belief was counted as righteousness. His journey was not easy. There were moments of doubt, moments he tried to take matters into his own hands. Yet even in his missteps, my covenant remained. Why? Because his heart remained turned toward me. I honored that. I guided him. I molded his life into a story that still echoes across generations. And what of Joseph, my beloved dreamer? He saw visions of greatness, and in his youthful zeal he shared them with those who could not yet understand. Betrayed, sold, Imprisoned, was this my plan? Child, listen. The betrayal was the product of human envy. The prison, the product of false accusation. But I did not abandon Joseph in those places. I used every injustice, every tear, every silent night behind bars to shape a heart ready to govern with wisdom and compassion. Joseph chose faith in the middle of darkness. He could have cursed me. He could have let bitterness grow. But he trusted. And in trusting, he rose not only to a place of power, but to a place of purpose. He preserved many lives because he walked with me, even when he didn't understand the road. Consider Moses, a man with a stammer, hiding in the wilderness, running from his past. When I called him from the burning bush, he hesitated. He doubted. He said, "Who am I?" And I answered, "I will be with you." That was all he needed. Not perfect speech, not perfect strength, just my presence. Moses chose to obey. He chose to confront Pharaoh, to lead a stubborn people through impossible places. He grew weary. Yes, he was not flawless, but he continually returned to me. He spoke with me face to face. His will and mine moved as one, and through that union, I revealed my glory on mountains, in fire, in water, in law, and in mercy. Think of Ruth, a woman from a foreign land, a widow with no earthly promise, no foreseeable future. Yet she clung to Naomi, not just out of loyalty, but because her spirit had come to know me through Naomi's witness. She said, "Your God will be my God." And by that choice, by her free will, I wove her into the lineage of kings and of the Messiah himself. Her life, quiet and sacrificial, became part of a divine legacy, not because she forced my hand, and not because I erased hers, but because she aligned her heart with mine. Her love, her humility, her choices, they mattered. They opened doors to generational blessing. And David, my beloved shepherd boy, the youngest, the overlooked, I saw him when others didn't. I chose him when no one else would. Yet I did not force his greatness. I anointed him, yes, but it was his choices, his worship, his trust, his repentance that shaped him into a man after my own heart. David sinned grievously, and he knew sorrow intimately. But he also knew me. He cried out when he fell. He returned when he strayed. He chose to dwell in my presence, and I honored that. His throne was established not because of perfection, but because of pursuit, his pursuit of me. And what of Esther? A young woman, orphaned, hidden away, elevated to royalty in a foreign empire. She could have lived quietly. She could have stayed safe. But when the time came, she chose to risk everything, not because she had certainty, but because she had courage. She said, "If I perish, I perish." Do you see? It was her choice to step into purpose that activated the deliverance I had prepared. I placed her there, yes, but she walked the path. She allowed herself to be the vessel. My child, these are not just stories. These are mirrors, reflections of how I move in those who open themselves to me. I have always invited humanity into partnership. I do not desire robots. I desire relationship. My will does not override your will. I work with it, through it. I prompt, I stir, I call, but you must answer. And when you do, something beautiful happens. Heaven and earth touch. My divine plan flows through human hands. This is the mystery of co-creation. I write the melody, and you sing the harmony. Even my son, your Savior, came into this world with a choice. He was fully God, fully man. And as a man, he submitted his will to mine. In Gethsemane, with sweat like blood, he prayed, "Not my will, but yours be done." That submission, that voluntary offering, opened the gates of salvation. He could have called legions of angels. He could have walked away. But he chose love. He chose you. This is what I want you to understand. You have a choice every day. You are not a puppet. I made you in my image, and that means you carry agency, authority, the power to choose. But with that power comes responsibility, and not fear-driven responsibility, but love-filled partnership. You are not left alone to guess your way through life. My spirit whispers, my word speaks, and my creation reveals. My presence remains. So do not ask only, what is God's will for me? Ask also, what is my will toward God? Because when your will aligns with mine, all things are possible. Yes, there will still be trials. Yes, pain will still visit your doorstep. But your story will be marked by eternal purpose. It will carry the fragrance of heaven. It will ripple through time in ways you cannot now see. Think of Peter. Impulsive, bold, often afraid. He denied me 3 times. He wept bitterly. But then he returned. He said yes when I asked, "Do you love me?" And I used him not only to preach, but to feed, to lead, to lay foundations. He chose to return, and that choice mattered. Or Paul, once Saul the persecutor, the feared. I met him on the road, yes, but he had to respond. He had to yield. He had to let go of his old identity to receive the new one I had waiting. And when he did, oh, how the world changed. These men, these women, they were not superhuman. They were not shielded from fear, doubt, loss, or temptation. But they chose me, again and again. Sometimes after failure, sometimes in trembling, sometimes without understanding. But their will met mine in holy agreement. That is where power lies. That is where destinies unfold. And now, child, it is your turn. This moment in time, this chapter of history, you are in it not by chance but by design. I have given you gifts. I have placed dreams in your heart. I have surrounded you with opportunities to choose daily, moment by moment, whether to walk with me or walk away. I will not force you. I never have. But I will continue to call. I will never stop loving, never stop reaching, never stop believing in what I planted in you. Look around. This world is groaning. So many wander without direction, without hope. But I have placed my light in you not for you to hide, but to shine. You are part of a lineage of faith, a tapestry that spans generations. What you do matters not just for your life, but for those who come after you. Just like Ruth's loyalty birthed royalty. Just like Esther's courage saved a nation. Your obedience may change more than you can imagine. But do not be afraid. I do not ask for perfection. I ask for presence. For willingness. For a heart that says, "Here I am." I will provide the strength. I will fill your mouth. I will go before you. All I ask is that you yield not out of fear, but out of love. Love for me. Love for others. Love that flows because you have first received it. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. The same power that raised Jesus from the grave lives in you. The same love that shaped the heroes of faith surrounds you now. The same voice that called Moses, Esther, Peter, Paul, that voice is calling you. Do not delay, my child. Do not wait for perfect conditions. The time is now. The harvest is ready. The world is waiting. Choose me. Walk with me. Let us write this chapter together. And when the day comes that you stand before me face to face, you will not regret a single step taken in faith. You will not wish you had stayed safer, smaller, quieter. You will rejoice that you lived fully, bravely, freely in my love, by my Spirit, and with a heart set on eternity. I am still the God who parts seas, who moves mountains, who speaks through burning bushes and still small voices. I am still the God who turns ashes into beauty, mourning into dancing, weakness into strength. And I am your God, your Father, your friend. So come, my child. Let us walk forward together. The world may shake, but my kingdom will not. My purpose in you will stand. My love will never fail. I am here, and I always will be. Amen.